Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of January 4th through the 11th, and we've got the drops are returning this Thursday, January 8th for the first prime time. We have limited time left for you guys to get things out of the Operation Blood of Perita. And, oh, by the way, for the drops, you guys can stop on my Twitch channel every day, and I will have pinned to the top of my Twitch chat where the drops are going to be. So the moment DE lets us know about drops, you can certainly find out where all the drops are happening there, pinned to the top of my Twitch channel. But we got more things to talk about. Let's get into everything this week in Warframe. So first, check out Bird. We're gonna see that he's got a Crimson Archon Shard. This week's Deep Archimedia is a Disruption Survival and Mirror Defense. Temporal Archimedia is an Exterminate, Legicide Harvest, and Defense. The Coda weapons for the next 4 days are going to be the Coda Boss Assist 25.8% Radiation, the Cost Assist 31.5% Electricity, the Haruto 43.2% Impact, the Path Assist 29.5% Toxin, the Synapse 25.1% Radiation, and the Tysis 46.7% Heat. The 1999 calendar, the rewards. We're looking at a Voss for Cash versus an Exilus Weapon Adapter. Then we are looking at a Forma Blueprint versus an Arcane Enhancement. Then for the month of November, we are looking at an Aroken Catalyst Blueprint versus a 3-day Affinity Booster. Then we have a Forma Blueprint versus a Primary Arcane Adapter. And for December, we're looking at a Forma Blueprint versus a Melee Arcane Adapter. And then finally, an Exilus Weapon Adapter versus an Omni Forma Blueprint. This week's Steel Path Descendia, our first award is going to be Arcane Expertise. And then we're going to get a secondary Arcane Adapter. Then we will have a Primary Bulwark. Then we will have 25 Steel Essence. We will have 3 times Primary Debilitate, and finally an Aroken Catalyst Blueprint. If we check out the normal Descendia this week, we are looking at all these basic type of rewards, and then finally, for the final thing, is a Forma Blueprint. If we come over to the market really quick and check out Prime Resurgence, you guys have 10 days and 18 hours left to get yourselves Mesa, Hydroid, Ash, Inaros, Volt, Loki, Ember, Frost, and all of the cosmetics and weapons that they came along with. This will be ending on January 15th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's in 10 days, 18 hours. You guys are going to get a part 2 to this, so there's going to be a whole another 8 Warframes that are going to come in their place. Now, if we check out the current events, we have 1 day and 16 hours left for the Operation Blood of Perita. Basically, what this means is that if you haven't gotten the 4 new things that they added to these operations that they send us every once in a while, the Honoria, the Sayandana, the Shoulder Armor, and the Chest Medallion, you have 1 day and 16 hours left to get them. They're actually pretty simple. They don't take too long. So you're literally going to have these missions pop up every hour or ish. Every hour-ish, there's going to be a bunch of these popping up. I did these on Steel Path solo, so I don't know how far along the game you are, but the difference, I believe, is 30 for Steel Path and then 20 for non-Steel Path. It really shouldn't take that long. You're probably going to need a total of, I think all of them were 40 except for one, which is 80 of these Marks of Valiance that you're going to need to exchange for the items. So do the math on that. What is that? 40, 80, 160 plus another 40. That's 200. You'll need like 200 of these. And you'll be good to go. You'll have all the new stuff that came out this time around. It should maybe take an hour to 2 hours, depending on how you luck out on these popping up on you. But basically, we also have weekly alerts. Remind you to do the weekly Iatan treasure hunt with Maru. If we check out Steel Path, we have a Spy, Defense, Defection, Exterminate, and Disruption. For the invasions, we're looking at a Sheev Heatsink versus a Dara Vandal Receiver. We also have a Darrow Vandal Blueprint versus a Latron Wraith Receiver. And if we check out what's going on the sortie, today we have an Exterminate, Mobile Defense, and Assassination. And this week's Archon Hunt is going to be against Naira for a Yellow Archon Shard, and we're going to have to do a Rescue, Interception, and a Showdown. Checking out what Nora has brought us this week. The missions, aside from the basic usual weeklies, we're looking at eliminate the Profit Taker, eliminate 100 Eximuses, complete 3 Nightmare missions of any type, catch 3 rare fish in the Plains of Eidolon, and then today's daily is eliminate 150 enemies with gas damage. Checking out the credit offerings that she brought us, we can scroll down and see that she's got EMP Aura, Volatile Variant, Dreamer's Bond, Sprint Boost, Sniper Scavenger, Critical Mutation, and Steel Charge. Of all the ones that are here, Steel Charge and Sprint Boost are going to be the easiest to move in trade chat if you want to spend, buy extra of these just to make extra platinum. But if we keep scrolling down, we also have Purifying Flames, Skull Shots, Brainstorm, and Power of 3. We check out the Steel Pass circuit this week. We have Incarnon adapter options for the Bratton, Lato, Skana, Paris, and the Kunai. And if you already have those, scroll over and get yourself a rifle, pistol, melee, or 20,000 Kuva. If we look at what's going on for the normal circuit this week, we have options between Nidus, Octavia, and Taro. Checking out Akrithis and what she has this week, we are looking at a primary blight today for 10 Pathos clamps, but then all week we have a rifle Riven, 15 Pathos clamps, a melee Riven for 15 Pathos clamps, and a companion weapon Riven mod for 15 Pathos clamps. We're also going to have an Exilus weapon adapter for 20 Pathos clamps. Checking out Teshin and Steel Path Honors, this week he has a Veiled Riven Cipher, 20 Steel Essence, and then he also has a Zaw Riven mod for 75 Steel Essence. And checking out this Conehead over here, browse his merchandise, he's got a Tenet Ferox, 25.5% impact, a Tenet Grigori, 35.8% electricity, a Tenet Livia, 35% electricity, Tenet Exec, 43.1% toxin, and a Tenet Agendus, 27.3% heat. That's going to be around for the next 2 days, and personally, I would skip all of these until something like 56 or higher comes up. How much platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping ribbons and selling Warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of Warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimedia and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you could travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.